Many people all around the internet consider me the king of degenerates, the proverbial master baiter. Two separate words, because I'm a master at baiting people with fantastic titles and thumbnails, not because, you know, the other thing that, yeah. Today, I want to go over my list of upcoming incredibly degenerate gacha games. These are gacha games that are going to take you to a whole new world, filling multiple different genres from multiple different developers and publishers, with multiple different combat styles, multiple different world types, games that have had betas, games that haven't, games that are releasing in 2026, games that aren't. Welcome to Papa Stix's list of upcoming super degen, incredibly gooner gacha games. We're gonna start this completely alphabetically, beginning with Azur Promilia. This is developed by Manju. It is published by multiple different companies all around the world. It has different publishers in Korea, China, and Japan. Global is still unconfirmed at present. It features real-time action combat and allows for you to capture creatures. It is fully open world. It has a fantasy setting, allows for you to freely explore. It has a functional flight system, functional mounts for ground activities. It has a farming feature. You can actually deploy your creatures into kind of like a POW world setting where you have them till the fields, water the crops, craft. There have been multiple playable demos thus far. There was one at TGS 2025. I admittedly didn't have the time to check that one out. There have been ones in China, I think 2 so far. There was one in Japan. There was one in Korea. Unfortunately, there has been nothing for global yet. It seems as though Nexon plans to release the game in Korea in 2026. It's unconfirmed if anywhere outside of Korea is getting it this year. Maybe that's just a placeholder date and they're going to push it back so it can launch simultaneously all around the world. Azur Promilia, though, is a fantasy open world RPG centered on creature collecting and companionship. It carries very strong Azur Lane DNA with significantly increased fan service and a very waifu focus. Chasing Kaleidorider might just be one of the most degenerate upcoming gacha games. It is developed by Fizzleglee Studio. It is a fast-paced action strategy, semi-turn-based, urban, futuristic metropolis gacha. They held a beta test in September 2025. They held a demo back in TGS 2025. I was actually flown out there to participate in that demo test. I got a shoe. Yeah, that was actually kind of cool. Recruitment is currently open for global players. This is having another global test, which means that everyone around the world is going to be able to participate. A release date is currently unconfirmed, but people are speculating 2026. The previous beta was actually pretty polished. This next beta, if it's even more polished than the first one, probably means that the game will release at some point this year. Chasing Kaleidorider is a 3D romance action RPG where you team up with beautiful motorcycle riding girls. There is a very strong emphasis on waifu collection. You can do a lot of very degenerate things with the women, as is noted in the trailer footage that was going on in the background. There are very intimate mechanics present, and the combat itself is actually very fun. Then we have Destiny Child, developed originally by Shift Up, now developed by Tiki Taka Studio. It is going to be published by Come To Us. Unfortunately, I don't like them as a studio, but I mean, you know, maybe they'll do a good job this time. It is a strategic card-based RPG with live 2D. The new version is apparently going to be some type of idle RPG. It is not open world. I don't know if there were going to be any beta tests held. A new version was confirmed to be releasing this year globally. The original game shut down 3 years ago, but it was a very highly fan service heavy gacha game, famous for its beautiful live 2D characters. Once again, the original game shut down, but this new version is not only being handled by a brand new studio, but is also being published by a new studio, so it might not be nearly as good, or it might ultimately end up being even better. Next, we have Limit Zero Breakers, developed by Vic Game Studios and published by NCSoft. This is a fast-paced, real-time action RPG with dodges, parries, counterattacks, a break mode, elemental reactions, a world that you can actually explore, a very humorous narrative. It is not fully open world, but there are tons of different areas that you can freely explore, dungeons. There was a beta that was just held Mrs. Stix, my wife, actually recorded, I think, dozens of hours. She completed every single thing you could in the game. She has a dedicated video coming on that in the near future. It's unconfirmed if they plan on having any future beta tests, but based off of what I saw, they probably need at least one more to finish polishing everything. A release date has not been confirmed yet. Limit Zero Breakers is an anime-style action gacha RPG where you explore dungeons, you explore a fun semi-open world, you fight massive monsters as part of a team. While it is very degenerate, I mean, right at the beginning of the game, you knock a girl's pants off. There is a very strong emphasis on the fluid, stylish combat along with co-op elements. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. MIRESI is developed by Control 9 and published by Smilegate. It is a tactical RPG that is semi-automated. Along with chasing Kaleidorider, this is probably the most DEGEN Gacha coming. It is not an open world game. It is very story-driven. There was a playable demo at TGS 2025. I got to play this as well. And trust me, it was very degenerate. There are no beta tests confirmed yet. There is a release date speculated for 2026, but I'd imagine we'd get beta tests before that. I'd hope we'd get beta tests before that. MIRESI is a time travel subculture RPG. I've called it one of the most degenerate upcoming gachas of 2026 due to its visual style and its characters, and I stand by that. Project Bang Bang, also known as Reign of Nightfall, is developed by Sleepless Night Studio, Happy Maker Games, and published by a Chinese studio at present that has no global publisher confirmed, but the game is in English, so it's only a matter of time. It unfortunately does not have an open world. It is very narrative driven. It has an interactive combat system. There were test phases held in China. It launched just about 12 days ago. There are no betas confirmed for global yet. There's no release date confirmed for global yet either. Reign of Nightfall is a husbando gacha game where you play as quite a badass female mafia family boss. I mean, in the trailer, she legit like held the dude down, stuffed her fingers down his throat. Yeah, not all Gunner gachas are made for men. There are some like this that are also made for women. This is a very dark game and has some master love elements in it, so people that are interested in that are definitely going to enjoy it. Project RX is developed by Nexon Games, the IO Division RX studio, which is essentially the Blue Archive team, and published by Nexon. It features fantasy combat with cinematic skill sequences. It is set in an immersive 3D world with some slice of life isekai elements. There is very limited information known at present. We know it's going to appear at Anime Expo. No betas have been confirmed. No betas have even been announced yet. The release date evidently is not going to happen in 2026. Instead, it'll very likely happen at some point in 2027 or 2028. Consoles were just confirmed though, which is actually very cool. Project RX is a subculture lifestyle RPG where you live alongside beautiful girls in an isekai fantasy setting, finding daily life, mystery, and occasional combat. Project Spirits might not be the biggest Gunner gacha, but it might just be the best. It is developed by Shift Up, published by Level Infinite. It features real-time fantasy action combat. It has an Eastern fantasy setting while also being kind of sci-fi and futuristic. This is being developed by the people that made Nikki. It's essentially going to be a Nikki or Stellar Blade inspired anime RPG. It is still in early development. Betas are expected in 2026 because they confirmed that PC and mobile are going to be releasing globally in 2027. Which is very, very close. Project Spirits is a high-production action RPG with strong visual quality and hopefully some waifus that can rival Stellar Blade and Nikki. And finally, Terrarium, developed by Gpon with no confirmed publisher right now. It is a third-person shooter. It is set in a post-apocalyptic future. Gameplay was shown in 2024, then again revamped in 2025. No beta tests are confirmed, but a release date is slated for 2027 unless something happens. Terrarium is a 3D third-person shooter featuring very attractive female characters fighting alien creatures in a post-apocalyptic world with a subculture aesthetic. And those right there are I think it was 9. I got lost somewhere along the way, but those are my most degenerate upcoming gacha games releasing over the course of that next year or two. Hopefully, you have something to look forward to now. You're welcome. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.